Sunrise Daily, coming to you live from our Abuja studio. Standing by with me this morning is a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana. You're very welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, the security issues are many and plenty, and the responses to them have also been many and plenty. What are your thoughts on the most recent call and the most recent move to establish state police in the country?
For me, it's a rather knee-jerk reaction. And it is a proposal that has to be well thought out. I'm not opposed to the establishment of state police. But you also have to know that right now, we do not have a federal government police. We have a Nigerian police force created by Section 214 of the Constitution. We shall be managed, supervised, administered, and organized by the Nigerian Police Council. The Nigerian Police Council is constituted by the President as chairman, the 36 state governors, the Inspector General of Police, and the chairman of Police Council. So you have a body of 39 public officers dominated by representatives of state governments, 36 state governors. But that body never meets to organize the police force. That body that's supposed to administer the police force never meets. In fact, the president cannot appoint or remove an Inspector General of Police without seeking the consent, the advice of that council.
But has that been the precedent, though? Have we seen that in the past, where an IG is removed? Has it always been as a result of the consent of the police council?
No, because the police council, the members of the police council, particularly heads of government in the states, have simply abandoned police powers to the presidency. And that is the cause of this problem. There's no coordination at all. So if the body that is saddled with the power to organize and supervise the police force simply doesn't meet, doesn't bother, what do you expect? Even at the state levels, where you have the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, the SARS, that harasses and dehumanizes Nigerians, that body, in each of the states in the country, is funded by state governments. Can you believe that? Not by the federal government. Now, no state government has ever bothered to call the operatives of SARS to order that you are harassing our people, you are intimidating our people, you are killing our people. Nobody has bothered. So when you are talking of, oh, let's go and pass a law for state police, you have to think it out very well. What are the fears? The fear is that some governors are likely to use the state police to harass their political opponent. Right now, some governors are using federal government police, the federal police and the army to demolish the houses of citizens in their states. And I talk of Kaduna State. In December 2015, 347 people, members of the Shia community, were killed by the army. Their bodies were buried in a mass grave with the connivance of the state government. And after that burial, the state government, and I'm talking of a government headed by Mr. El-Rufai, went to demolish the houses of the leaders of the Shiites. When everybody thought, oh, that was the business of the Shiites because they are an extremist group. Recently, the house of a sitting senator was also demolished by that government. Now, if you then give a state police without conditionalities to such a government, you're going to run into a greater problem that we are currently witnessing. Secondly, state governments that cannot pay civil servants cannot maintain state police, because you are going to have young men and women armed on the street without salaries. And you just saw that in Maiduguri recently, where federal police men and women were not paid, and they went to the street. And you know what that can mean? If all the policemen and women in all the 36 states of the Federation have to go on strike, So we have to think it out. For me, if you are going to have a state police, you must ensure that their salaries and allowances are deducted from the source. In Abuja here.
We spoke with Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu just yesterday on the platform, and he was pretty clear that in his view, his proposal is going to establish both a state police commission, a police service commission, and a national police service commission, similar to the PSC that we currently have, and that the check on the abuses or the overreach, potentially, of a governor, for example, in the states, would be checked by the overarching institutions within the state, coordinated by the National Police Service Commission. Is that not enough in your mind?
It's not enough. We have to examine what goes on. Right now, we have a police service commission, which does not really take cognizance of the so many petitions against serving police officers all over the country. In fact, most of the petitions are ignored. I have court judgments to the fact that police officers were illegally removed and they had to be reinstated. The Police Service Commission that Mr. Michael Kiro simply ignored those petitions, those judgments of the court. Now, if you then have a state police commission without giving powers to the people, and this is my problem with those who are talking of horizontal restructuring without talking of vertical restructuring. If you devolve powers without responsibilities, without giving those powers to the people in the states to monitor the activities of government and the police, you are not going to have a peaceful society. If you have a state police funded by the state government, the members of the Police Service Commission are appointed by the governors, and mind you, they may just be made up of party members. And you are going to have a serious crisis here. Hence, we have suggested, if you are going to have a state police, you must have a police council or police service commission, peopled by accredited representatives of credible civil society organizations.
Well, this is part of what the
But you're not just going to have, transferring oppression from Abuja to the states.
Well, the DSP was also very clear that on the board of the state police service commissions would be members of organizations like the NBA, for example.
Not just members appointed by the governor. They have to be nominated by their organization. So that at the end of the day, the members of the body will appoint their chairman and secretary, will elect their chairman and secretary. It's been done in Ghana and some other places where you have bodies whose members are simply nominated, and then they will be appointed by the president or the governor, who would then allow the members to elect their leaders. So that what the state government would therefore do is to fund adequately. And the only way you can do that is to ensure that the funds for the police will be taken from Abuja and put in an account